Hey, Ed, do you want to bring up a sample screencast that you have possibly to kind of show what is being seen there? Because I think it's very unique in what it does.
Oh, okay. All right, so if I am in Fusion, I'll just let that come up for a minute, but I can actually go in. There's actually this thing's called Screencast Recorder, which will be, it's a downloadable. I'll just give this a minute to come up.
In the chat, I sent out the link to everybody for the screencast there. It's a free download that works with a majority of our softwares, including Fusion 360.
Right.
Hey Ed, Mike here. Quick question for you. Now, I was talking with Jason yesterday regarding the Autodesk Academy. Do you have your guys working on that? And if so, do you guys have do you go through the learning or the teaching version of that?
I'm still digging into that. I was kind of committed to the Titan path, and now I'm actually, I've been taking some courses that Jason turned me on to, and I'm starting to see the what's missing in the Titan stuff. The Titan stuff is cool because it's like he's industry, he's a machinist talking to you, very popular guy, but there's more to it than just what he's teaching. So when you start doing the Autodesk Academy stuff, you learn about other avenues and things like that. So I haven't really implemented that yet. I'm trying to put that together somehow. There was some in our Immerse to learn from but there was older Autodesk Academy stuff that was put in there. And I actually had reviewed it. I actually put a couple in there. One was to like make a sign, you know, but we're machinists. We don't make metal parts. So so I'm trying to learn how to put that together. I'll probably, maybe we'll do a Zoom later and kind of collaborate on that and see how we can get that to work. Because I'm kind of learning how to dive into how do I use the curriculum and deliver it. So, because it's not a course that you can just click on and run. That's the only thing I found, that you'd have to really kind of build the course yourself. But if you just put the files in, and the download files and the PDFs and the video content, it's pretty much can run. You just got to kind of build that, as far as I could see. All right, so I'm in my Fusion here. This is actually the newer file folders I put in, and these are pinned, which means they'll be on the top. I've been starting to get more. The beauty of this is I have drafting next door, and they're all SolidWorks, and they're walking around with USBs and stuff, and we don't need any USBs. Everything's in the cloud, you know. I can go home, I could be here. So like these are my own projects. This is my class one. I just made these the other day for the students to drop their files in. But if I'm in my own, like Titan Mill, right? I'm in the Titan Mill. Well, let me look at a student one. I could just review one of his. Machinist, Asante, who's now working at MKM, he submitted this the other day, and we're learning like how to submit it correctly. He actually gave me he didn't copy it in, but I was able to figure out how to do it. But I did a screencast actually on how to do it correctly. So, all right, so you bring up the file, right? I'm in manufacture or design, right? I'm in design, I can look at it. And in here it says launch Screencast Recorder, right? I click on that and this thing comes up. And I just hit record. Right now, this red screen comes up and it's recording me right now, right as I'm talking. So I can talk about this and say, it looks pretty good. I'm looking around. I like the holes. They're not through. Maybe I'll measure a few things. I'll measure this. Let's see if I can click on something here. Yeah, measure that ring. I'm going to check some sizes. I can actually pull the print up and put it right next to it and say, yep, that all looks good. You get it at the home view. All right, let's go into what we're really here for is the manufacturing part. I see you got 2 setups, good. I'm looking at the stock, just visually looks correct. Let's just run it in simulation. I'll simulate. All right, I'm going to turn the tool path off and turn the stock on, and we'll let it play. All looks pretty, what do I expect? Yep. You can speed it up. So keep on going along. Add the adaptive clearing working very well. You can see how that's all working. And looks pretty good. I don't see any crashes or collisions or anything. I'm going kind of fast, but I could rewind this and say, let me jump ahead by operations. Let me go to this one. Let me go to this one. Now I just want to see this tool only slowed down, right? Oop. Slow as I can get it anyway. And then I also did another one where I inserted a vise. And I talked about collision detection. That I actually made a video of, so. But that's all in the share file. So if you actually go into the, right up here, and you hear manage screencasts, it brings me to all my screencasts. It's actually me to log in. I never learned to type. And there they are right there, new file share procedure. This is a commentary on his project, how to do a tool library. Student, he needed some help on the whole, so I did a screencast and sent it back. So what you do is you copy the link and send them back the link, send the link back, and this becomes viewable. Copy, so if I'm in, go to my Google Classroom here. He's in this class. Grades. And he was working problem with threading the holes. Share the file with me. He shares a file with me. Here's a screencast. Your file is in the folder we set up. How do I download the tools? I made another video. How to download the tools. Did you get it fixed? Are you interested in Sun Hydraulics? Have you tried to fix it? And he just sent me back this one this morning. So if I, this is, I could do it by email or do it by this. So this is how I'm doing it now. So you could build your course around this, like take the Autodesk sample files and to be in the Google Drive, and then have the PDFs and everything, and have them submit the files to you to review. So that kind of stuff.
Can you play one of the screencasts just for a minute or 30 seconds just to see what that looks like?
Okay, I think I submitted a screencast already. Stop. It's still running. All right. We shut off some of this stuff. There we go. Okay, Colby, I got your 6M in here. I'm actually going to save this in our new file folder here. I think this is my folder. And here we got the CNC machinist folder. And I got yours in here. So I'm going to save this one in here. I'm going to.
You scroll down just a little bit, Ed, to see the, I think it shows, yeah, down below shows the timeline of things too. So Yeah.
Because you will have another copy. Yeah, so it'd be some like what product is running at what time. Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's what's great about the screencast. Not only does it show that mouse on the left click, wheel, and right click, but also down below it shows you what they're actually clicking at that particular time, which is just an awesome use, especially from an educational standpoint. You don't have to explain it 10 times. I can see it right there.
I forget, there was a setting on there because I was actually typing in my password. It was showing it, so I had to turn it off. I was like, oh, where's that setting for that? So,
Good point.
yeah, but it's like doing it in front of them with the screen, and then if you can add in, this is totally like talking. You're talking one-on-one, so I can share them like what their project is. Or the other one was like how to do something, And you I've taken this and I've expanded upon that. How can I use this to teach other things? But primarily, this is my focus was this. Let me just let it play a little more. So let's see. Plus, when you do this stuff, you can have a timeline of who did what. All right. And my wife talking about mine, which would be in precision.
What's your kind of typical length for these? Do they range pretty good? Or are you pretty consistent with the time?
I can ramble a bit, so I need I watch YouTube stuff. I'm like, I think I got to keep these shorter. But what I did was I actually brought up my file next to it because I was like, I'm trying to remember how to do it, So I'm looking at my timeline. I look at the timeline down here and say, okay, let me go back in time and see where we're at. And I'll show him that too. Like, let me look at your timeline. How did you get to this point? And see how I did it. I used a pattern because you don't have to use the pattern, but you can, So I think this has been great. I mean, even for myself, I'm learning, they're learning, we're sharing it, we're not just in our own little world. So just try to be, I give the assignments out. I haven't had a great luck with having a group Zoomcast. I did do a Kahoot live, and I had like half the class show up because they all knew what that was,